who's ready for their Monday reading on a Tuesday. Sorry for the delay. Yesterday was a holiday here in the States, so I just forgot. I forgot that it was Monday. I forgot what day it was, but I haven't forgotten you today. So get your questions ready, and let's see what downloaded messages we receive today. All right. I actually wrote on an envelope because I try to, I need to write a lot, and I try to use, not brand new paper, so I was like, I can use envelopes too, things that I was about to throw away. So, envelope download. All right, guys. I'm feeling this week and this season very celestial heavy, very cosmic heavy. Where I feel like the summer was very, and I know the summer's not over, but the summer was about earth and ancestors and grounding and all of that. And now it seems we're moving into the season that is really being almost like we're being taken care of by some celestial realms and our starseed families. And I don't always feel that, but felt that very strongly as I was connecting. And I was just getting this overall that we're in this place of moving from that kind of 3D life into that 5D, which I know is such a trendy, I don't even like to use those terms, but it felt to me almost that we are having to walk our talk. Basically, now that a lot of that understanding that we've been being prepped for over the last few years of that there's this difference between, being superhuman and also remembering that we're a soul, and how do we live according to that knowing that we are spirit and that maybe this is just, a place for learning and a place for experimenting and soul's contracts and all that kind of stuff. How do we live with that knowing that this is just a game, but at the same time have to respect that we are human and that we're living in a human place. So it's that knowing that we've understood and that maybe we've been getting little messages throughout the past few years, we're almost now being asked, almost if that was what we were learning in school, now we're in our residency and we have to go out and live that way. So that's a lot of the messages that we're getting from our starseed family. So if you are into that work or into that kind of cosmic connection, I would encourage you to spend some time in meditation with those realms, because they are really speaking to us right now. A lot of protection and a lot of ideas and creativity which is coming through right now, which is really exciting. I got that overall this week in general is creativity is being rewarded. So, and what it felt to me was creativity is action, is feminine action. So it's whatever you thought doing, hustling, getting things done, that was very masculine. And this is the feminine form of it. It's creativity, it's creating. So if you are wondering what to do with yourself, creating something and getting it done and actually bringing it to life will be rewarded. Just in general is kind of a message I was getting. So yeah, let's invite our starseed families. May we remember these celestial lives that we've had. May we be more connected to the stars and to everything that is beyond just this earth. That's really the energy we're getting over the next few weeks. All right, so if you have a question, so get yourself ready with your question. I have 2 downloaded messages, message 1 and message 2. Oh, and really quick shout out to Organic Olivia's listeners. So excited to be on her podcast this week. I had so much fun. I love her very much and had a lot of fun with her. So I'm just welcome and excited to meet all of you who are coming from that side of the podcast land. Also, speaking of podcasts, I am releasing a new podcast this week. I know some of you have been asking. So I rebranded Soul Led into Ask Nikki Novo, and I'm having a lot of fun doing those recordings. So we have a trailer up and 2 episodes up today. So yeah, check it out on anywhere you listen to your podcast. It's called Ask Nikki Novo. Okay, so message number 1 is about activations and transmissions are happening. I know those are buzzwords, so like what the hell does that mean? So it looks like there's a lot of activity in dreams. There's a lot of upgrades happening, which upgrades means that energetically you are shifting from like one energetic vibration to the next. And that can cause a lot of like human manifestations. So your body, you can be like very tired, getting sick, weird rashes, sleepier than normal, things like that. And that is because your energy is shifting from where you were at to where you are going. We get activations and transmissions and things like that. Some of them are spontaneous, but also some of it is because we've been working towards it. The collective itself is rising in its vibration right now, which I know it doesn't always feel that way, but it's happening. So our bodies become less dense and they're getting like lighter. So what that might mean to you with your question is, this is really like kind of the beginning of us seeing you live into these like new earth kind of ways, these new ideas. So if you are being faced with a kind of, should I go this way or should I go that way? It felt to me like stay away from anything that's like very traditional. So an example would be maybe you, I don't know, today I was like, I'm really like itching for some more learning on writing. I've been studying writing for many years, but I kind of felt like I wanted to go deeper over the next, it's coming to me. And I could obviously like go to school, get a master's in it, but there's so many other ways to develop my writing, and that is a very traditional way. So if I were kind of asking myself which way to go, based on this message that I'm getting, I would say like steer far away from the traditional route. So it feels like this is new ideas, new ways of doing things, a little bit of like experimentation, all that stuff. So if you're kind of deciding which path to take, whatever path is a little bit more new, experimental, different, kind of not a straight line, that's the path you want to take. I also got that like because of activations and transmissions, listening to our like monkey mind is not going to be helpful. So if you have a very active mind like I do, a lot of like chatter, this week is the week to like not listen to your chatter. So to do that, I was getting that like using your hands would be helpful so that you don't think too much. So actually like creating with your hands, whether it's like writing or clay or painting or something, or maybe even taking some time to like color a little bit, but it looks like using your body to make something is going to get you out of your mind. So to really like try to find things that take you out of listening to your mind all the time. Also in this message, I was getting that self-doubt is your biggest like enemy, basically, that it like really doesn't matter. Like honestly, like whatever you're doubting about yourself, if you're worried what people think about you, is this gonna work? Is this not work? It's like so beyond bullshit, like it is just so unnecessary, guys. There's no truth to that. So to even give it just a little bit of attention is such a waste of time. I know that it's always a waste of time to like listen to our self-doubt, but this is like, it just felt to me like almost it does not matter. Like whatever we're worried about is so silly, I guess. And to just move forward in your creations and what you're trying to create, in the life that you're trying to create, the thing you're trying to create, like don't even like, it's such a little mouse that is like trying to talk to you and you're doing such big things. So to just really push that aside. You don't even have to entertain it or anything like that. And then also again, expression. So I saw a lot of blue energy when I was in this message. Blue is a throat chakra. Anything that has to do with expressing yourself is going to do well. Anything with expressing new ideas, expressing in relationships too, like so expressing your heart, expressing your truth, conversations, all that is all related to this message. So, all right, hope that was helpful. Second one. So second message is about that it seems like whatever you're asking about feels very real, feels very like earthy, you know, like kind of like, oh, bills or career, like things that are just like of earth, right? Like money, just these things that are just like so like only on earth, you know, type of stuff. And it feels very real, but your guides, especially your starseed guides, are asking you to remember that, like, what if this is just a game, right? Like, if you were in a video game, my kids play a lot of video games, and it is funny, they play like life games, you know, basically, and there's so many cool creative ways that they make solutions. So it felt like whatever you're looking at that feels very like earth, and that there's certain ways there has been like rules of how we make solutions with these problems, whether it's money or career or whatever. You're being asked to really be like, what if this was like a fun game? This is like, you're going to be rewarded with creative solutions. I saw actually even like plant medicines or mushrooms can be helpful here to give you like a creative solution to this. So anything that or just anything experimental, dancing, something that like kind of takes you out of the norm to be able to get the answer to this. So like if this were just a game, like if even, you know, your debt was just a game, what would be like some creative ways of finding a solution to that? It's definitely like I'm not like giving you permission to like go into denial and to just be like, oh, I don't have these bills or I don't have these things. But when you start to see like, okay, if this was like and I want to say game and not lesson, because I think we're coming from the place where like, oh, everything in life is a lesson, and you know, that very like wellness spiritual world that we come from, it's like, oh, I'm just here to learn lessons. Lessons and games are like the same thing. So the only reason I'm asking you to call it a game and not a lesson is because it's going to be more fun, and you're going to be less likely to blame yourself and to like think that you are doing something wrong. So game is like this creativity. You get to like use the universal energy more than just yourself. So game is the purpose for using game instead of lesson is to expand your consciousness. This is also just a message for for people that are not of earth, you know, that are definitely star seeds or from like higher densities, and like it seems like there's something about hitting a little bit of a rock bottom with like being on earth right now, that it's hard to be on earth, that you're like getting weighed down by earth life. And just this is like a reminder that, you know, yes, that you signed up to be on earth, so to respect your soul for choosing that, but also that you don't need to go by earth's rules. So it is such a big time for you to go by your own rules from like what your soul is calling you to do. So to not feel like you need to go by, and just, I don't know, to let yourself go like real weird, you know, this week, and to let yourself really come up with like new ways of existing, of solutions, of being, to go really outside the norm, and to really tap into, see if you can remember where you come from, and trying to like bring back some of that to this lifetime. If there's anything else coming through. I'm just getting like what you want is working. Like it's already working, it's already happening. you're already in it, you're doing it, it's becoming. There just seems to be some like earth things that are like coming in and messing with you, you know, making you think that you're on the wrong path or something. But keep your mind, keep that vision and keep like that connection and keep working from that place. It felt to me very much like higher perspective, not down on the ground. Okay. All right. Long reading today. Hope that was helpful, you guys. Let me know if you're feeling the same thing. I know it's a little different than what I usually do, but let me know how things are going, okay? I'll see you the rest of the week.